Next topic is section formula. What is section formula? This is a formula to find out the coordinates of the point which is intersecting the line segment. And in this particular formula, we can find out four things. First thing, the ratio in which this point is dividing the line segment and then coordinate of this middle point, or maybe left right, that ratio can be equal or sometimes unequal, and the coordinates of the end points of the line also can be found. So this I was talking about. We can find out either the coordinate of this point P, the first thing. Second thing is the ratio, this m1 and m2, in which this particular point P is uh, intersecting the line segment AB. This first thing is coordinates of point P. Second thing is the ratio. Third thing is the coordinate of A, or the fourth thing is the coordinates of B. But basically our aim is at this point. The target point is P. The coordinate of this P is denoted by xy. A is x1 y1 and B is x2 y2, and m1 m2 is the ratio. This is particular the measurement in which the P point dividing the line segment AB. So section formula is the formula for finding the coordinates of the point P, that is xy, when point P xy divides the line segment AB in the ratio of m1 and m2. So the formula is given by this relationship m1 x2, this first ratio, and then second coordinate. If this is x coordinate and this is y coordinate, so you can see this since it is x coordinate, so involvement of x only, and this is a coordinate of y, so therefore involvement of y coordinates only, y1 and y2. So the m1 and then x2 plus m2 and then x1. Similarly, m1 y2 plus m2 and then y1 upon m1 plus m2 and then m1 plus m2. Then if the ratio in which P divides AB is K ratio 1, sometime we just, when the ratio is not given, this m1 and m2 is not given, and we are asked to find out the ratio, at that point we assume that let the ratio in which this particular point P divides the line segment AB in the ratio of K ratio 1. Then the coordinates of the point P will be kx2 plus x1 upon k plus 1. Similarly, same thing is, instead of m1 k and instead of m2, here we can consider 1. So kx2 plus x1 upon k plus 1 and ky2 plus y1 upon k plus 1. So actually how it had happened, this taking from here only we have derived this particular relationship. So taking this m2 common from the numerator, so we will have m1 upon m2 and then x2 plus m2, since we have taken out, so only x1 is remaining in the numerator, and denominator m2 we are taking common, so here we will have m1 upon m2, and then since m2 we have taken out, so this should be m1 upon m2 plus 1. Now let m1 upon m2, let it be equal to k. So we say that this m1 upon m2 is k, so k x2 plus x1 upon k plus 1, since m1 upon m2 is k. Similarly, for y also we can write k y2 plus y1 upon k plus 1. So these are the same coordinates of x and y in a different situation, different condition, when the ratio is given in the ratio of k ratio 1. Now we start 7.2. First question is, find the coordinates of the point which divides the join of -1 7 and 4 -3 in the ratio of 2 3. Now this 2 is denoted as m1 and 3 is as m2. This -1 as x1, 7 is as y1, and 4 as x2, and -3 as y2. So we have all this x1 y1 means coordinates of A is given, coordinate of B is also given, and then ratio is also given. Now we have to find out the coordinates of P. So for that we start using the same formula. Let P is the point xy with the required point which we are going to find out using the section formula we obtain. How we will use this? Coordinate x, this is x, and now m1, as I told you, m1 x2. Now m1 is 2 and x2 is 4, so 2 into 4 plus m2 3 into x1 -1 upon 2 plus 3, which is 2 4 8, and then 3 minus 1, 3 into -1 -3 upon 5. Then 5 upon 5 cancel, and we have x is equal to 1. Now similarly we can find out y is equal to m1 y2. So 2 into -3, 2 into -3, then plus m2 y1, so 3 into 7. So now we have 3 2s are 6 -6 plus 21 upon 5, so which is equal to 15 upon 5. 5 3s are 15. So the value of y is 3. Hence the required point, that is we had supposed P is a 1 3. 1 3 is this point. So this is the application of this section formula. Now in a different situation we will be using this formula in a different format. So the next question is question number 2. Find the coordinates of the point of trisection. First of all, you need to understand the meaning of this word, trisection, of the line segment joining 4 -1 and -2 -3. Now you can see this is x2 y2, and this is x1 and y1. Now when x1 y1 and x2 y2 is given, we must have either ratio to find out the coordinates of the intersecting point, or otherwise if the coordinates of the point is given and this AB is also given, then ratio must be given. So now if the coordinates are given or vice versa, we can find out this way. So now the problem is we don't have here either the coordinates of this point P or this ratio. This everything missing. Two things are missing. So how we will find out? For that, this particular word is given, this hint is given. Trisection means division of anything into 3 equal parts. Dividing anything into 3 equal parts. Note down it. Division of anything, dividing anything into 3 equal parts is called trisection. Let us go for its solution. This is trisection. We have 2 points P and we have taken this as a Q. So this is x2 y2, x1 y1 and x2 y2. We have taken 2 points which trisect. Trisect means 1 division, 2nd division, and then 3rd division, and these all divisions are equal. Suppose for example this is of 1 meter, then this will also be of 1 meter, this will also of 1 meter. Then while taking any point P, now for P point, this, look at here, this ratio would be 1 plus 1 would be 2, and this is 1. So that means The point P is on the other hand, when we take this point C, this distance A to Q, point Q, this is not C, Q, then this distance would be 1 and 1, 1 plus 1, 2, and this distance should be 1, so 2, 1, ratio 2, 1. So for that, we will be using this question in two different situations. So we are going to divide this situation into this thing. Look at here, for P, for this Q, actually for this Q we have this ratio 1, 2 ratio 1, and for this P we have 1 ratio 2. So these are the two conditions. So let P x1 y1 Q x2 y2 are the points of the trisection of the line segment joining the given points AP, this is AP, then PQ, this is PQ, and this is QB, this is QB. Then therefore point P, we are talking about point P. Point P divides the line segment internally in the ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 2. So M1 is 1 and M2 is 2. So very easy now to do. So x1 for this P, this x coordinate, M1 x2, M1 x2 means minus 2, 1 into minus 2, and then 2 M2 x1, 2 into 4 upon M1 plus M2, 1 plus 2. So which is equal to this in the next step. So let us take y1 also with it. So y1 means M1 y2, 1 into minus 3 here, plus 2 into M2 y1, 2 into minus 1 upon M1 plus M2, which is equal to 2 into minus 1 into minus 2 plus 8 upon 3. 8 minus 2 is 6, 6 upon 3, 3 2s are 6, 2. Similarly y1, 1 into minus 3, 2 into minus 1, minus 2, minus 5 upon 3. So these are the coordinates of point P. So P is x1, y1, 2 and minus 5 upon 3. Now we go for Q. So what is Q actually? This Q is dividing the line segment into these two parts in the ratio of 2 ratio 1. So 2, 1. So x2, similarly we will be just the same way, the way we have found the coordinates of P, in the same fashion we will be finding the coordinates of Q. So M1 x2. So we have here, for this Q you need to understand this is 2, M1 is 2 and M2 is 1. So 2 into minus 2 plus 1 into, this is 1, M2 is 1, 1 into 4 upon M1 plus M2. Similarly for Y2, 2 into minus 3 plus 1 into minus 1, which is equal to 2 2s are minus 4 plus 4 upon 3. This is x2, and y2 is equal to minus 6 minus 1 upon 3. So minus 7 upon 3, minus 7 upon 3, and 4 cancel out. So x2 is equal to 0 and y2 is equal to minus 7 upon 3. So that's all about this point Q. Q we have just found. Zero and minus 7. Now the next question is question number 4. Check whether 5 minus 2, 6, 4, and the third coordinates 7 minus 2 are the vertices of an isosceles triangle. So what you will be doing that suppose this is A, this point is B 6, 4, and then C is 7 minus 2. So this way you just imagine that this is a triangle A, B and C. Now isosceles triangle means the length of any two sides of a triangle, if these lengths are equal, then we say that this particular triangle is isosceles. Either AB is equal to AC or AC is equal to BC, or any two you can pick at a time. So for that, what you will be doing, first of all, distance between AB, distance of AB you will be finding, then distance of BC you will be finding, then distance of AC. If any two results are identical, then you will say that these three vertices are of an isosceles triangle. So that's all, very easy thing you can do by yourself. I'm moving towards next question. Question number 5. In a classroom, 4 friends are seated at the points A, B, C and D. I show you the figure. This is figure. So friend A is here, friend B is here, and the friend C is here, and the friend D is here. Just check whether this line 3 and then 4 and then B is at 6 from x-axis and 7 from y-axis. Coordinates I'm talking about. 9 is the value of x and the 4 is the value of y. So this way you have to check. Champa and Chameli walk into the class. This is classroom, and two another friends are walking into this classroom. When they saw inside the classroom, they walk into the classroom, and after observing for a few minutes, Champa asks Chameli, "Don't you think ABCD is a square?" They observe that the way these 4 children are sitting inside the classroom, they are forming square. "Don't you think ABCD is a square?" Chameli disagrees. Chameli said, "No, this is not a square. Using distance formula, find which of them is correct." That means now our task starts from here, that we have to find out the distance of AB, the distance of BC, the distance of CD, and then distance of AD. So this way we have to find out all these 4 distances. If these 4 are equal, plus the value of the diagonals are also equal, then we say that these 4 students form a square, otherwise not. So Chameli disagrees means either Chameli is wrong or Champa is wrong. That the question will decide the results. So here we start the solution. It can be observed that A 3, 4, we are taking this A point as the 3, 4 because the value of x is 3 and the value of y is 4. B point, the value of this is B, value of x is 6 and the value of y is 7. Okay, and then C is here the value of x is 9, here it is 9, and the value of y is 4. Last D, the value of x is 6, the value of y is 1. So we got these coordinates of 4 vertices. Are the positions of these 4 friends. 4 friends are sitting at these distances, at these vertices. So first of all, the distance of AB from A to B, let us see. Now this 3 minus 6 and 4 minus 7 whole square of both. So then 3 minus 6 minus 3 whole square, and the 4 minus 7 minus 3 whole square. 3 3 is a 9, 9 plus 9 is 18. The square root of 18 is 3 root 2. Now the next is BC is equal to, now BC means 6 minus 9 whole square and 7 minus 4 whole square. 6 minus 9 is minus 3, and then 7 minus 4 is also is a plus 3. So again 9 plus 9, again root 18, and again 3 root 2. That means these two sides are of same length. Then BC, then CD. CD means Now 9 minus 6 and then 4 minus 1. So 9 minus 6, 3, 4 minus 1, 3, again 9 plus 9, again 18, again 3 root 2. The last side. AD. AD means this one from A to D. So AD means this 3 minus 6 and then 4 minus 1. So 3 minus 6 again minus 3 and then 4 minus 1 again 3 plus 3, 9 plus 9 again and then root 18 and 3 root 2. So we saw all the sides are equal. Now the problem is that we are knowing that all four sides are equal in two cases. One is square, other one is rhombus. So now we need to check since in square both the diagonals are equal, but in rhombus both the diagonals are not equal. So for that we need to check the diagonal AC now first. AC. So we are going to find out the value of this AC. So what is that AC? A means 3 minus 9 and 4 minus 4. So 4 minus 4 is 0, 3 minus 9 is 6, and then overall the value of AC is 6. Now after AC we are going for diagonal BD. B and D. B and D means 6 minus 6 and 7 minus 1. So then the value of this diagonal is also equal to 6. So that means these two diagonals are equal, all the four sides are equal, hence ABCD form a square. That means what Champa says that this all, don't you think ABCD is a square? So that means she is right and Chameli is wrong. So Champa was correct. So that's all this question. This is the application of distance formula in a real life situation. We are moving towards next question. Question number 6. Name the type of quadrilateral formed, if any, by the following points and give reason for your answer. You are knowing already, I have explained that there are basically 5 types of quadrilateral. One is square, other one is rectangle, then the parallelogram, then rhombus, and lastly trapezium. You are knowing the basic properties of this, that all sides are equal. Just now we saw in previous question, all sides are equal, all angle are equal, but angle doesn't angle is not our now target point, because we are eyeing at a distance formula, and distance formula can be applied to the sides only, not to the angle. So this side, this particular diagonal and this particular diagonal, both are equal. In case of rectangle, all opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are, pair of opposite sides is equal, and then diagonals are also equal. In parallelogram, again same property of a rectangle, but in a little different format. Opposite sides are equal and parallel, but diagonals are not. This is bigger one, lengthy, and this is shorter one. Then in case of rhombus, all sides are equal like square, but the diagonals are not equal. Diagonals are having different measurement. And in trapezium, this opposite sides are parallel. One pair of side is parallel and another one is non-parallel. So then now, after knowing all the properties of these 5 quadrilateral, you can start with the first, second, and third. As you can see here, you have 4 vertices. So take all these vertices, and one by one you just check whether all A, B, B, C, C, D, and then diagonals, all the diagonals, all the sides, all the diagonals you check, and just segregate as per the name of this quadrilateral, whether it is square or it is rectangle or parallelogram, rhombus, or trapezium. So it is for you. Next question is question number 7. Find the point on the x-axis. This is very important. Find the point on the x-axis, underline this x-axis, which is equidistant. Equidistant means at equal distance from 2, -5 and -2, 9. So first of all, you need to understand the meaning of x-axis. X-axis means the y coordinate is not alive. That means it is 0. And on the y-axis, x coordinate is 0. So that you need to understand. So first of all, let us start this diagrammatically understanding of the question that this is x-axis and y-axis. So here is the point which we are talking about, the point lying on x-axis. So this is x-axis where the value of x coordinate will be x and the y coordinate will be 0. Then as I have written here, 0 equidistance means the distance is equal. Now let us check this plus and minus, that means fourth quadrant. So we are taking this coordinate here in the fourth quadrant, that is 2 minus 5, and another coordinate minus 2 9, which is a minus negative positive, that means second quadrant. So it is here lying here, minus 2 9. Now it is given that from this point to this point this distance is equal to this distance. So we will use a distance formula and making equal these two relationship. So here we start, we have to find a point on the x-axis, therefore its y coordinate will be 0, as I already discussed. So the distance between x0 and 2 minus 5, this x0 and 2 minus 5, so same under root x minus 2 and 0 minus 5 whole square. So x minus 2 whole square and 0 minus plus 5 square, which is we will be taking it later for the further solution. Now distance between x0 and minus 2 9. So now we are taking this distance upside. So again that same formula, x minus 2 whole square and 0 minus 9 whole square. So minus plus x plus 2 whole square and 0 minus plus 9 square. Now as per the question's requirement that these two are equidistant. So that means these are equal in distance. So by the given condition these distances are equal in measure. So therefore the left hand side is equal to right hand side. Squaring both the sides, so what will happen, this square root will be cancelled. So x minus 2 whole square plus 5 square 25 and x plus 2 whole square plus 9 square is 81. Now a minus b whole square, so a square plus b square minus 2ab. Similarly a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, and then plus 81 and then plus 25 in the respective sides as it is. Now this x square and then x square cancelled, this 4 plus 4 is also cancelled, and then I have taken this minus 4x to the right hand side. So minus 4 plus 4 8x, and then this 81 we have taken to the left hand side. So 25 minus 81, which is equal to 8x equals to minus 56. 8 7 ja 56. So x is equal to minus 7. So x is minus 7, so y is already 0, so minus 7 0. This value of x we are going to put in this coordinate which we have already taken, x0, or here also this is here, value of x is minus 7. So minus 7 0 is the required point on the x-axis. So that's all about this question 7. Question number 8, find the value of y. Now value of y for which the distance between the points p 2 minus 3 and q is 10 units. Now the question little changed than the previous one, that you have to find out the value of y among these two. First of all, distance between these two it is given equals to 10. So we will be using distance formula for pq. The distance of pq is equal to 10. The distance of PQ is equal to 10. So we will be using here under root whatever, that x1 minus x2 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So we are going for the solution. It is given that distance between 2 minus 3, this p, and 10y is 10. So that means 2 minus 10 whole square plus minus 3 minus y whole square. It is given is equal to 10. Therefore 2 minus 10 is minus 8, and minus 3 minus y, minus we have taken common from here since its square is there. So therefore minus square of minus is plus, and 3 plus y whole square is equal to 10. So which is equal to, now squaring both sides. So square of 10 and then square root gone. So square of 10 is 100, and the left hand side is 8 square 64 plus y plus 3 whole square. Then this is equal to y plus 3 whole square, and 64 we have taken to the right hand side. 100 minus 36, 100 minus 64 is equal to 36. A plus b whole square. So taking square root of both the sides in this way, so this square will cancel with this square root, so y plus 3 is equal to plus minus 6. So either y is equal to plus 6 or y is equal to minus 6. So y plus 3 is equal to plus 6, y plus 3 is equal to minus 6. So therefore y is equal to 6 minus 3, 3, and minus 6 minus 3 minus 9. So these are the two values of y which we were looking for. Next question is question number 9. Q point 01 is equidistant from P 5 minus 3 and R x6. Find the value of x. Also find the distance QR and PR. So first of all, we have to find out this relationship. The point Q is equidistant from these 2 points. So we have to find out the distance of PQ and the distance of QR, and then making them equal. So PQ, it is according to the question, PQ is equal to QR. So for that we are using distance formula. This 5 minus 0 whole square and minus 3 minus 1 whole square equals to QR. Q is this one, R is this one. X minus 0 whole square, yes, 0 minus x, whatever it is, and then again 1 minus 6 whole square. So square and square root will be cancelling later. We will be cancelling these two. 5 minus 0, 5 square, or minus 3 minus 1 minus 4 whole square. So then 0 minus x whole square plus 1 minus 6 minus 5 whole square. So now 25 plus 4 just 16, and then minus x becomes plus x square, and then plus square of 5 is 25. So now squaring both sides here, so square and square root cancel. 25 plus 16 is 41, and x square plus 25. So x square is equal to 25 minus 41 minus 25 is equal to 16. So x, taking square root of both the sides here, x is equal to plus minus 4. Either x is equal to plus 4, and then value of this 6 will be 6 only, 4 6, and then value of another value minus 4 6, plus 4 6, and minus 4 6. So these are the 2 points we were looking for. Therefore point R is either this R is plus 4 6 or minus 4 6. Now our next part starts of this question is also find the distances QR and PR. So that means QR, this distance, and then PR means this distance numerically. So for that, when point R is plus 4 6, then the distance between P and R, that is 5 minus 4, this P and R, 5 minus, this is 4, x is 4 now. So 5 minus 4, 3 minus 3 minus 6 is root 82, and the distance between QR is again here, this is minus 4 now this time. So 0 minus, not then the distance between QR, so 0 minus, this is plus 4, x is plus 4, and then 1 minus 6, and this way it became root 41. Now the next, when the point is minus 4 6, similar same method, instead of this minus 4 we will, instead of this plus 4 we will put minus 4. So minus 4, and then here also, next also QR, this is minus 4 here, and then solving it, 9 root 2 and a root 41 when x is minus 4, and plus root 41 and a root 82 when x is plus 4. That's all about this question number 9. Question number 10, which is last question of this exercise, is the relation between x and y such that the point xy is equidistant from the point 3 6 and minus 3 4. So this, first of all, this distance is equal to this distance. So the relationship of this question is xy. That means the answer of this question will not be a numerical value, since there are two variables. The answer will be in x and y equation type. So we go for the solution. Point xy is equidistant from 3 6 and minus 3 4. So first of all, the distance between xy and 3 6, x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 6 whole square, which is this one, and then this x minus 3 whole square and y minus 6 whole square is also given equal to the distance between x, y and minus 3 4, that we have already written here, x minus 3 minus 3 and y minus 4. So then x minus 3 whole square, y minus 3, x minus plus y minus 4, which is equal to the squaring both sides. So square and square root cancelled. So x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 6 whole square is equal to this much. Then solving a minus b whole square plus a minus b whole square in both the cases. So x square plus 9 minus 6x and y square plus 36 minus 12y. Right hand side again a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, and then a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So then x square and then x square cancelled, and then y square and then y square cancelled. Then this x square y square cancelled, and then we have this 9, and this 9 is also cancelled. Then 36 minus 16, 36 we have taken this plus 16 to the left hand side, so minus 16, and then plus 6 plus 6, this 6 and this minus 6 is taken to the right hand side, and then 12y, this minus 12y is taken to the right hand side, plus 12y, and then minus 8y, and then 36 minus 16 is as it is, what we have written, same thing. So which is equal to 20. 36 minus 16 20, and then 6 plus 6 12x, and 12x, and 12 minus 8 4x. So we can take 4 common from this, so that is 3x plus y is equal to 5 is the required result relationship in x and y which we were looking for. So 3x plus y minus 5, or we can write this way also, is equal to 0. So that's all about this exercise.